He woke up naked on a road paved with screaming mouths, a chorus of agony that rose from the blackened stones as he staggered forward. Each step was a betrayal of flesh. The mouths bit, begged, and bled beneath his feet. The air was coppery and hot, thick with the scent of iron and burnt hair. Overhead, the sky churned with red clouds that bled like open wounds. He didn't know his name. He didn't know how long he had been walking, just that every path was pain, every voice was a curse. That was until he saw the man in the wide-brimmed hat. He stood at the edge of a burning chasm, untouched by the heat, leaning on a staff carved with strange symbols. His voice was dry, slow, and patient, like someone who had been waiting too long for something to break.
"You made it through the mouth path,"
the man said. The lost man swallowed. "Where am I?"
"Where everyone goes when justice loses its soul,"
the man replied.
"Call me Virgil. I will be your guide."
And so they walked. They passed through valleys where charred hands clawed from molten ash, blackened fingers fused together from centuries of reaching. The earth moaned beneath them, alive with the weight of sin. Every whisper in the air was a confession torn from blistered throats, endless, involuntary looping like curses etched into the bones of the damned. They crossed bridges made from fused human spines, the marrow, long since drained, still twitching from time to time. Beneath them flowed not water, not fire, but a river of boiling blood, teeming with the half-formed, the flayed, the forgotten. Faces surged to the surface, only to be pulled under by unseen claws. The screams were raw, endless, the pure sound of souls flayed alive in cycles older than memory. Everything seemed symbolic, designed. This was hell, unchanging, undying, and brutally real. The man began to remember fragments: a woman's laugh, the soft hum of a dashboard radio, lights, and the blur of a guardrail twisting metal and shattered glass. "She died," he whispered as they passed through the shadows of rusting cell towers that pierced the sky like needles. "Her name was Anna. We were engaged." Virgil said nothing, just nodded. "I think her father was a governor or politician of some sort. He never did like me." Virgil stopped walking.
"Now you're getting it."
The truth unfolded in cruel layers. Long before the crash, a new penal system had taken root: the Retribution Initiative. Criminals were no longer simply jailed. They were broadcast, neurologically sealed into simulated environments tailored to the specifics of their crimes, real or imagined. Victims and their families could log in, watch, even vote on the next punishment cycle. The governor, Anna's father, had called in favors, bypassed appeals. The man, still in a coma, was labeled guilty by public demand. And so, his brain was wired to burn forever. "But I didn't kill her," he whispered, staring into the lake of screaming reflections that showed him Anna's smile, breaking into blood and bone again and again. "I tried to save her. It was a car crash."
You did,
Virgil said.
but truth matters not here. Grief does. Vengeance does.
Virgil led him deeper, a place where even the Watchers couldn't see. They found corrupted nodes and blind spots and glitches. The man saw others trapped in loops, some begging for forgiveness, others reliving the same 5 seconds of pain for what could have been decades. And then he found a door. It wasn't made of fire or bone or digital static. It was just a plain white door, hovering in the dark. Virgil stood beside it.
This is an exit. I tweaked the code. I left you the keys. I taught you to walk through hell without becoming a part of it.
"What's on the other side?"
Your body, or what's left of it. The real world. The man who put you here.
He stepped through. He awoke in a hospital bed. His body was thin, atrophied. Tubes fed into his arms. Monitors beeped around him. 2 guards stood outside the door. They didn't stop him as he left. News spread fast. First man to escape Retribution VR. The public wanted interviews, documentaries. Protests broke out. Activists demanded the shutdown of the system, but he didn't care about any of that. He wanted only one thing. The governor agreed to meet. For PR, he said. Cameras would be off. They met in a cold concrete office. No aides, no security, just the 2 of them. The man, now remembering his name, Elias, sat across from the man who had locked him in a digital nightmare. "I loved your daughter," Elias said, "and I forgive you for everything." The governor's jaw clenched. His eyes burned.
You don't get to forgive me, he hissed. You let her die.
"I didn't," Elias said, soft. "It was an accident." The silence that followed was long. Then the governor pulled out a small pistol from his coat and shot Elias once in the chest. Elias fell backward, gasping. As the light drained from his eyes, he smiled, because he knew deep down that this was not hell. Hell was behind him. And this was just the end.